Okay, let's get going. At least I got an audience. All right, so at the moment, looking at Bitcoin, it's a tough cookie to crack. Previously, in the past, when there's been a crossover on the MACD, the price has gone parabolic. Now, I'm hoping this continues, and I'm assuming this continues. Looking at previous crossovers, there has been a bit of consolidation a couple of days after the crossover, which happened several times. Happened here. It appears to be happening again. So maybe we come down to test 58k, and then we head back up. So that's why short term some alts are sort of tanking a bit. Which I did say this yesterday as well. Fair enough. But yeah, enough of me saying I was right. Anyway, looking at the altcoins, first of all, you can see in today's top gainers, we have Hedera Hashgraph, we have Holochain, we have Luna. This has been my monthly pick. Mana, PokerStarter as well, Chili's, Engines. So all these NFT coins, they're just continuing to do well. And talking of NFT coins, there are a couple upcoming ones. So one that I know of is called Leprechaun. This is basically a gaming coin with NFT elements. And it's not available now, but once it's available, probably on Uniswap or a lesser known exchange, then you can grab some and yeah, just ride the rocket if it hopefully pumps like all these other coins have been doing. Hopefully I can get in on this pre-sale because I haven't managed to so far. These are very, very competitive. But yeah, looking at other altcoins, Theta as well seems to be doing quite well. Pundi X and LINKTREE. So talking of LINKTREE, this will lead on to the next segment. Basically, with crypto, there's different narratives at the moment. In last summer, it was decentralized finance and all the coins related to that niche. And then this year, at least in this quarter, it's been NFT so far. But I feel like the next wave will be for the Polkadot parachain slots. I'm not going to go over what it is now, but there are 3 coins that I'm eyeing for this these parachain slots. So I'm not necessarily going to buy them now, but there's some coins to keep an eye on. So one is LINKTREE. If we look at the price for Lit, it's within this consolidation phase that we talked about here. Potentially it might break out today, might get rejected and then break out in the future. But looking at the MACD, it's very, very bullish in my opinion. On the 4 hour, there's been a crossover, which is a good sign of momentum to the upside. I don't know whether the momentum is enough to take us past these levels here, but time will tell. Yeah, this is a key coin, in my opinion at least, that has a high chance of being on the parachain slots. And essentially what the parachain slots will do will just drive a crazy demand for those coins, because you need to allocate capital via Polkadot in order to get a parachain slot. And some of these projects, they're going to need to take a loan. So by buying or giving them liquidity, you can sort of get the added benefits from if these coins get selected. But I'm not going to get too in-depth in that because it's quite complex. Another coin is Akala, but I can't seem to find the ticker name. Or maybe it's not released yet. The other coin as well was Fala. This is available on KuCoin and Huobi Exchange. If we have a look at the price action for Fala, it appears to be in a consolidation phase, more or less. It's a clear bullish trend. As you can see here, higher lows and higher highs. Oh, the line won't connect, but you get what I mean. High lows, higher highs here. We are currently testing the previous all-time highs, and not the best time to get in, to be honest. When the candles start to go red on the daily chart, that's a good time to get in. So whether it touches the 8 SMA or whether it goes higher and then comes back down to test these previous levels here, it remains to be seen. But whenever there is that pullback, that is when you'd want to get in. And these would be medium term holds. So for like the next 2-3 months or whatever, that I believe that's when the parachain slots are announced. And obviously Polkadot as well, because there's going to be a crazy demand for Polkadot and the Kusama token, because you're going to need to buy these tokens in order to get these slots on the Polkadot and Polkadot and Kusama Parachute slots. Man, that's a lot to say. Okay, so those are the Polkadot coins. Just gonna go over the NFT coins again. Okay, let's try that again. So as you can see here, Engine is mooning up 12%. And if you haven't already, I'd suggest you download CoinGecko so that you can have a look at the charts. Now, it doesn't give you the perfect layout like it does on a MacBook or any laptop or desktop, but you can sort of get a feel for, you know, what coins are doing what, and it's a good way to keep up to date. But yeah, you can see crazy gains here for the last week for all of the top 10 NFT coins. Coins that haven't done so well include Gala, Whale, Rarible, Unisocks, and where's Bondi? I think Bondi's gone back up now. Bondi was somewhere, if you bear with me. Yeah, Bondi is gone back up now. Sorry about that. But in terms of the price of Bondi, I don't think it's too late to get in. The only issue is that with a lot of these coins, you're going to need several exchange accounts because not everything is available on Binance. The idea as well is to get a lot of these coins before they're available on Binance, because that's what has led to, you know, pumps. And so yeah, now it's bounced off of the 200 SMA for Bondi here. It came back up to the 0.786 fib. Potentially it roams around here in this range here, maybe goes back to the golden pocket before the next leg up. So wait for that pullback, and then you can allocate your capital into Bondi. But also, what is quite cool as well is it's important, in my opinion, to sort of have a laptop because it sort of helps with the visuals. But anyway, you can the same way you trade spot for a lot of these coins, you can trade the futures for these coins. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing it with all of your portfolio because trading futures is risky. Like, this is what hedge funds do. They have a lot of experience, and it takes a lot of time, discipline to master your craft. But if you did want to sort of accelerate your gains, then you can trade the futures for these coins, but you would need to do independent research on how these work. But you can see here all of the pairs. So basically they're paired against USDT, and they're USDT settled, so you're getting USDT as opposed to getting the native coin itself, if that makes sense. But you can trade with quite a bit of leverage, and let's say you're buying the dips for these coins, then, you know, when they eventually do break out and go higher, let's say you've got a 3x leverage on your coin, or your trade, sorry. If it goes up by 15%, then you've got 45% because of your 3x. But you also need to bear in mind liquidation prices and other stuff like that. But moving on from that, because I'm not giving you guys a lesson, you guys have to do independent research. You can see all of the coins here that are available for futures leverage trading. So Reef here, I know a lot of you guys are big advocates of Reef. At a time like this, if we go to Reef here, just to give you guys an example, and this is something I'm considering doing for myself as well, for a lot of the coins that I am into. So I would want to see Reef potentially come back down to roughly like this line here, and that would be a good indication for me to get into Reef. If not, then I can draw a Fibonacci. If you bear me 1 second, can draw a Fibonacci from here to here. I don't really like the Binance Fibonacci's because they don't give you all the price levels. But let's just draw it from this swing low here to this swing high. So if Reef was to come back down to around 4 cent or so, 4.3 cent, that would be a good indication for me to sort of go long on Reef. So yeah, you guys have to do research on how to leverage trade and shit. But don't trade cross margin. You want to trade isolated margin, and I wouldn't recommend any crazy leverage, not to start off with, because yeah, it's risky. Is anyone still watching? Yeah, people are still watching. Look into VeChain and Zilliqa. What's up, guys? Let's not beef it, please. Lol. Didn't mean to get off on the wrong foot. Maybe stop again. Hey, bro, we're trying to be some whales, man. Trying to be some. Bro, how can you claim you're my friends and you haven't even liked the goddamn video? What is this, man? Oh yeah, like it now. Come on. Nonsense. I'm waiting. You're not. Are you serious? Hey fam, like the fucking video, man. What the hell? Finally, Jesus Christ, took you long enough. All right, sorry, shouldn't get lippy. I have to be professional. So yeah, you wanted VeChain and you wanted Zilliqa. Cool, we can do that. So VeChain USDT on the daily. So VeChain's looking good, setting higher highs and higher lows here. If you don't know what VeChain is, it's basically a supply chain blockchain, basically. So they help authenticate and verify delivery of goods and services throughout different industries, whether it's like medical care or just transportation of just like company stocks, not stocks, but inventory, for like lorry drivers and things of that nature, just to verify the quality, as well as luxury goods as well, because as you know, there's a lot of counterfeits from several parts of the world. So VeChain helps with that space. So yeah, there's other coins like VeChain as well that do have similar price potential. But anyway, we're talking about VeChain and the price, not what it does. At the moment, it's currently at around 6 cents or so. Drawing a fib from the 2-day chart. So if we draw from the November low to where we are now, so yeah, potential areas that I would be looking to accumulate more VeChain would be in correspondence with this previous high here. So I could foresee it coming back down to touching this 8 SMA and then continuing to the upside. And then short term, the next target would be around 10 cent. So that would take some time to play out, as did this whole move here. And honestly, it might be a bit overextended, because looking at the indicators, actually, I take that back. The RSI is at around 71, so there is more room for growth. But we can start to see the price coming down a bit, and the MACD is quite a bit spread out, as well as the histogram bar starting to indicate a lighter shade, meaning the pullback is going to happen basically. So when this does happen, it will look, something like here, or whatever. So when the price touches the white line, the 8 SMA, that's when you want to buy. So that would be, like I said, the 5.8 cent level. And you wanted Zilliqa as well. This is kind of mad. So I drew this fractal. I can't remember when I drew it. I must have drawn it from here, from October, I guess. And it more or less played out exactly like this fractal here. Or not this fractal, where it came from. Oh, fucking, what have I done? But it's basically a copy of this price movement here, just transported. It's more or less the same, bar this price jump. But anyway, looking at the price of ZIL, 16 cent. clearly in a bullish trend. I would be waiting for it to come back down to the 8 SMA. And I know I say that a lot, but it's been a good accumulation zone in terms of in terms of getting the fair price of the coin. I don't really see a reason for this not to continue pumping, especially as there is a lot of community engagement around this project. I'm sure you guys don't even know this, but you can actually use these blockchains. So for example, hold on, I'm not going to do this now, but I'll just show you. So Zilliqa, they have their own like ZilSwap. It's a replica of like Uniswap basically, but the benefit of this would be lesser fees. And if you stake your Zilliqa on the Zilliqa network, then you get GZIL. So that's the governance token for Zilliqa, and you can also get involved with like proposals and shit like that, and just general governance. But if we go to Zilliqa, it's taking some time to load. Okay, so it's not here, but basically they have their I think it is here maybe. So you would need to create a Zilliqa wallet, but I guess I can cover this in a later video on like how to use different blockchains maybe. But there are many benefits of using these different blockchains. So if you were to stake Zilliqa on their platform, you'd get an APR of 14%. Talking about staking and APR, not sure if you guys are aware, but you can also use Binance Smart Chain as well. So with the Binance Smart Chain, there is a host of different coins, and the total liquidity locked up at the moment is around 3.9 billion or so, which is a decent amount of money. Ever since it launched, since February, it's gained 3 billion in total value locked up, which is quite high. If we go to SushiSwap now, which is basically the most popular Binance exchange, Binance exchange, then you can see the different APYs, and it's a bit technical to get into, but there's a term called impermanent loss. So that just comes about from one coin in the pair going down in value because the price has gone down. Basically, the ratio between these two coins isn't the same, so therefore you lose money if one coin goes down. But the point of this is that you can make a decent amount of money on selective pools. So personally, I would go for the pools that have a USDT, a stable coin pairing, then another coin, simply because it limits the impermanent loss. So it would only be the underlying coin that you're buying itself. So for example, this coin here, nulls, you can see over a year you'd get 173%. Now I don't think this is sustainable, and this price is only like this because the liquidity is fairly low. As the liquidity goes up, then these APYs disappear. But if you did want to be earning extra money on your coins that you're invested in, then this is another option that you can look at. So if we look at your guys' favorite coins, Reef, where is it? Oh my days. So yeah, you can see here on Reef paired with BNB. So if we look at BNB at the moment, this coin's fairly stable because it does have a use case. People use it for exchange fees on Binance, as well as a base layer on the Binance Smart Chain, as well as the fact that Binance Smart Chain is quite hot right now. I do believe that the price of the Binance Smart Chain coin will remain fairly stable, but obviously you want to be buying it at lower prices so that you're not losing out as such, if that's making sense. Because the lower you get in, the less risky it is, and the less likely you are to suffer from impermanent loss. But if you did want to get a crazy APY, then you could put your reef on the Binance Smart Chain as well as BNB, and then you could stake it for 56%, and you get paid this 56% in cake. So it's a bit complicated, but then you would sell your cake for whatever coin or stablecoin that you want. But you can see there are a lot of different APYs here, so potentially a lot of money to be made. But generally, I would say that Binance Smart Chain is quite safe, and yeah, they have some crazy APYs. You can see here for USDT and BNB, it's 38%. So if you had $1,000 worth of these two tokens combined, then you would have £380 at the end of the year if you were to just leave it in. But that also is subject to the price of the cake coin remaining the same. If the cake coin declines rapidly, then obviously this APY goes down. But yeah, if you did want to just be plain Jane and be boring, then you could just stake stable coins paired with other stable coins. So like BUSD and USDC here, 20% APY. This is something that you can consider doing like after the bull run potentially as well, when you've made your gains, and like let's say you had, I don't know, 50k or whatever. If you were staking that at like 20%, that's 10k a year. That's, you know, that's like free rent basically. But yeah, there's stages to this shit, man. There's stages. This pairing as well, UST and BUSD, 27% APY. Elrond, BNB, 85%. So yeah, there's a lot of gains to be had on the Binance Smart Chain, especially as it's only how old is it? It's a month old, and I don't think this total value locked will stay this price. I think it will definitely go up, especially with gas fees being as high as they are. Once gas fees change, then potentially, you know, the activity on this network will come back down. But yeah, it's a good opportunity to earn yield. But going back to the Binance futures, there are some other coins that I do think are worth keeping an eye on. In terms of the ones that are down today, I would say Reef, because anything that's down double digits, it would be a fair discount in my opinion. Not so much Matic. Yeah, I would only say Reef at the moment. These aren't discounted enough for me to want to buy them really. I would say Reef and Flow as well, if you don't already have Flow. That's available on crypto.com. If we have a look, what the fuck? If we have a look at Flow, here is looking good to me, in my opinion anyway. Clear uptrend, higher lows, higher highs, currently consolidating above the 8 SMA, clear bullish sign in my opinion. The MACD is sort of consolidating, which reflects the price action, but this is due for some price movement, especially as it is an NFT coin as well. We would have to look into key fundamental events as to what might cause the price to increase. But there was some refinance news as well that I forgot to mention. So they announced some news. I can't remember the exact. Let me just bring it up. So yeah, there you go. Reef Chain is the first DeFi blockchain on Substrate. Reef Chain is an EVM compatible chain built on Substrate technology with a fully decentralized proof of commitment mechanism. So that is good that they're doing this. I'm not going to read into it any further, but feel free to check out their Twitter. And this definitely causes a lot more activity and hype around the reef coin. Still undervalued in my opinion, and in fact, with my Bitcoin profits, I'm gonna buy more reef since it's down today. I'm gonna buy more reef. Other coins that I've been looking at. Let's have a look. This geezer sus. Bruh. Hey, how do you kick someone from the chat? My voice is... Who's this Don? Message retracted. Alright, no, I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. Wow. Should I? No, I'll allow that. Let's see the comments. Reef to the moon. Sus USD. Reef going to... Mate, XRP is going to fucking the bottom of the ocean, bro. It's going to the ocean. It's gonna go where the Titanic is. You're not gonna... Let me not be too pessimistic here, but mate, I don't know why people are so obsessed with XRP. Safe, bro. Safe, man. I do my best. Don't think I didn't spot your 2 retracted comments, by the way. Think that's gonna slide. Oh man. So yeah, what other coins? Let's look at Polkadot coins. So obviously Reef is a Polkadot coin, and in fact I just wanted a quick... No, hold on, let me get the overview of everything. So potentially Kusama could be something to buy right now because it's just consolidating. So in my experience, when coins have gone sideways, they tend to pump after. Kusama is available on Binance, and it is a coin that I mentioned is similar to Polkadot, where there will be parachain slots and people will have to buy the native token of Kusama in order to get a slot, and that just limits the supply, increasing the price, basically. 0x as well, it seems to be like a decent time to pick it up. If we have a look at 0x, ZRX. So I don't know much about the fundamentals of this coin here, but it has had a nice pump in the last couple months or so, since December. In a single day, it went up 100 fucking hell. That's just absolutely nuts. But it's setting higher highs and higher lows, which is all I care about really. And I would foresee it being somewhere in this like March situation here. So not here, but like here, for example. So if we draw a fractal, now I'm not saying this is going to play out exactly, but just in terms of a sort of rough guide as to what the price will do, this sort of helps. So what I would want to see is for the 200 SMA to continue going upwards like that, and then potentially go sideways, and for price to continue going sideways and then bounce off of the 200 SMA. That would be a good sign for me. So I'm equating this phase here to where we were here. I'm not saying it's exactly the same, but they do show similarities in terms of the price, more or less. So in the next, I don't know, the next month or so, I would expect this consolidation to potentially be over, so you could start chipping in a bit onto 0x. Obviously, in the past, there was a flash crash, and that is a possibility again. But I feel like we just had the crash on the 23rd, 24th, or whatever of of Feb, and now is the comeback. So yeah, potentially a good coin to buy at the moment. If we just draw a trend line from the tops of these coins, this is purely speculative. I'm not saying this is gonna happen yet. Don't like think that this is like guaranteed, but it could continue this in this upwards ascending channel that you can see here. Let me just do this. So more or less within this upwards ascending channel, that would be a good sign for me. But obviously this is on the log chart. It's going to look a bit different on the normal chart, as you can see there. But it's the same principle. Other coins as well. Where were we? So Ren as well is another coin that is looking like a good buy at the moment, down 6% for the day. This coin is to do with interoperability and bringing Bitcoin to other blockchains, and just the whole interoperability feature. Ocean as well, it is in consolidation. Anchor seems to be breaking out, and I should have fucking bought some. I had a friend who told me to buy some. I should have listened to her, man. I should have listened to her. She got like a 500% return based off of trading this move here, which I respect that. Any more comments? Mark my word. My days, man. This guy in XRP. B Pro is my baby. What? What's about Key Tango? Invest $2,000, price $275. Many guys say it's a shit coin. What do you think? Because last time you said it was a good investment. Sorry guys, I turned off swearing in the comments and stuff just because in the past, like, there was a lot of hate, so I had to do what I had to do, but I'll probably remove that. But Alpha I'll look at first. So Alpha is a DeFi coin, and DeFi is had its phases. These phases, they move in months, and yeah, it's appearing like it's in a consolidation phase at the moment. So if we draw a fractal like so, no, excuse me. So if we draw a fractal here like that, obviously not guaranteed, but potentially early April this coin could break out. You just have to be patient with these coins. They don't go up straight away. You just need to be patient. Like, these take a lot of time to play out. If you have a look on the weekly chart for Alpha here, it just gives you a better sort of visualization of what's going on. It's clear what happens. It goes up, it goes sideways, it goes up, it goes sideways. So what do you think is going to happen next? Do you think in the next 2 weeks it's going to go down, or do you think that even though in a bull run it's going to... That didn't make sense, but you get what I'm saying here. The trend is your friend until the end, and this is definitely a friendly trend. So first price target for Alpha, once it breaks out of this consolidation phase, would be around $4.80. Then after that, around $7. So you need to be patient. You need to hold and just wait for the coin to pump, basically. And if it dips, buy more. That's how you have to look at these coins. And then obviously when you're up, you take some profit, and if you just rotate that cycle, you make more, as opposed to just hodling and just staying in one coin. That's just slow bitch moves, which I'm not about. you wanted Key Tango. So Key Tango, are they live yet? I don't even know if they're live yet. But yeah, these pre-sales as well, a lot of money to be made, man. Even if you don't get into the exact pre-sale, if you buy the coin as soon as it's available on the open market, then it has a lot more room to grow. So Key Tango, I'm not sure if they're available. I know they just had a pre-sale. So Key Tango. Personally, I'm going to take a bit of a break from trading on Uniswap just because the gas fees are high. What's the gas fees at the moment? 166 claim. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. That's just ridiculous. But yeah, looking at Key Tango, it does appear to have sort of bottomed out potentially. It's hard to say because it's like a couple of days old. Potentially the early investors, this would be them selling it off, because if you get in at pre-sale price of a couple cent, then you're already up multiple X's upon the first pump or whatever. So at the moment it's around the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement level, which is the bottom retracement basically. So hopefully it bounces off of this level. If it doesn't, then it's not the end of the world. You just have to wait for it to set a higher high or higher low, excuse me, on either the 12-hour or the 4-hour. That would be an indication that the selling is over. But yeah, while it's young, the coin is still going to be very, very volatile. But yeah, I'm not really messing with Uniswap coins too much unless I get into a pre-sale, because only then does it justify paying like £100 to use a platform. Only in that situation. Other than that, you can trade on Binance. You can futures give you enough leverage to make exponential gains on what is already stupid gains from altcoins. So yeah, I don't really mess with Uniswap too much. Yeah, man, hodling is hard. Hodling is tough, but it's what you have to do, man. I wish you could like fast forward time and just skip the waiting stage, but unless you've like got in at a very, very low price, you're just gonna have to wait and be patient. BE Pro. BE Pro. I've never heard of this coin. Generally, then, mate. You're telling me too late, man. You're telling me here. You should be telling me in these phases. Now, all jokes aside, I have no idea what the fundamentals are for this coin. I'm just purely doing TA. And what you need to bear in mind with these coins as well is that you can't just rely on TA. TA is just previous price action. It doesn't tell you the future. Fundamental events like news events, that's what tells you pretty much the future of what's going to happen with a coin. So the same way I'm talking about these Polkadot coins now, that's a fundamental reason for Polkadot, Kusama, Fala, LINKTREE to go up, because of the the parachain slots. Now obviously those free coins on Polkadot will only go up if they get selected as parachain slots, but Polkadot and Kusama will go up regardless. But looking at a fib retracement for this coin, it's currently floating above the 0.786, so it's still a bit high in my opinion. I need the price to come like back down, maybe do something like this, come back to like the golden pocket here. So hopefully there is a dump, and I feel like that dump will be like the lowest point on this candle, on the price chart, sorry, and then potentially it goes back up. But it is really hard to say. I have no idea what the fundamentals for this coin are. In fact, excuse me guys, this is on the weekly chart, so this is a bit skewed, but yeah, it's still quite up a lot on the day. Wait till it comes back down to like this previous level here, or maybe it pumps higher and then it comes back down to this Fibonacci retracement level. But the premise is always the same: just buy the red, sell the green. Whether it's on high Kanashi candles, which in my opinion make it a bit easier to trade, because you just look at the red, look at the trend line, buy it there, and you can set high Kanashi candles up on Binance as well, by the way. But yeah, looking quite good. The fact that there's been a crossover on the on both trend lines indicates that it's a strong trend. But like I said, I do not know what on earth the fundamentals are at all. And if it's on KuCoin, it just generally means that it's a bit more speculative. That's what I found. Let's see what else is doing well. So for the day, Hedera hash graph, man. I just have to settle for one of my coins being in the top 5, but I need more, man. I need a lot more. Nexo being slow as fuck. In fact, so I've said I'm gonna buy some reef with some of my Bitcoin gains, and as you guys know, I do monthly coin picks. So we are 2 months away from the monthly coin picks. So I think I'd be cutting myself short, and so would you, if you spent everything you had during the month. You know, you've already got your monthly coin picks. Just let them do their thing, and then shit. Actually, while I'm waiting until the end of the month, I might just use some of these pools to earn me some tokens. Because if I chuck in a couple grand in like here, for example, and you guys feel free to do the same as well if you have some money on the side. Let's say 52. So this pool here would more or less be 2% a week. So depending on how much you put in, there could be a decent amount that you get back from it. And the fees on the Binance Smart Chain are basically non-existent as well, which is something that is good to see. Yeah, we have here the price of cake, which is the token you guys get paid in, or anyone gets paid in, excuse me, for using this platform. And obviously the price is volatile, but the price of cake has also been going crazy as well. So the thing is with crypto is like you need to, yeah, it's not fair, really. It's not fair. You find out about something after it's too late. So the best thing to do is just block it from your mind, and then you have to find projects early before this shit happens. Like you have to be on it, you know, like when you hear stuff that's gonna cause hype, you go in. So having said that, I know I'm contradicting myself a bit. Reef, the Polkadot coins, those are mid to long term holds. Then optional staking here, and with the current holdings that you have, potentially you could look into futures trading, because that provides exponential gains on top of exponential gains. So I hope that isn't too complicated, but yeah, like you can see here, 30%, 37% in a day. Imagine you had bought reef at like 3.4 cent, and then you sold it all the way up here, or like even anywhere between the highest point and where you bought it, you'd be up quite a lot just from 3x. But yeah, let me not go round in circles. Let's see if there's any more comments. Hi, Dave. Oh, mate. What is... So you wanted front. So frontier. Okay, so it's looking quite good. Yeah, I mean, it's just about to go crazy potentially. So, I missed the initial, but the move isn't over yet. So I'm not sure if you guys know what Elliott wave theory is, but it's the idea that price moves in waves, which it basically does. So you need to sort of find out which wave you're in, but there's a 5-wave theory. So there's a first wave, pullback, then there's a third wave, which is often the strongest wave, then there's a pullback, and then there's a fifth wave basically. So if I was to draw it correctly, it's something like the following. It doesn't always play out perfectly, but like wave 1 potentially, wave 2, wave 3 here, the wave 4. Now this could be wave 5. Often with wave 5, it doesn't surpass wave 3, so that is just something to bear in mind. Now this could just get blown out of the window, and it could not be held in not be relevant. But if you have a look at front, maybe if I know a bit more about the coin, it might say. So it's a DeFi coin as well. The market cap is very, very small. It's very, very small, which is a good sign. Often these projects tend to fuck, man. So already it's done 14x. It's down 50% from its all-time high, which is a good discount in my opinion. And it's pumping at the moment. So the fact that it's still down 50% means that there's more room for growth here for this coin. And the MACD hasn't even ticked bullish yet. So yeah, it's bouncing off of the 200 SMA. And if we draw a fib, the fib solves all problems, man. It's just beauty. It's beautiful, man. Like it gives you the price targets. It just makes me appreciate maths even more. But let me not get too nerdy. So obviously, short term, we would want the price of Frontier to obviously go to its all-time high, which would be at around $7.60. But then beyond that, the first price target would be at around $12.50, and then after that potentially $20. And that is definitely possible because the market cap of this coin is only 110 million or so. Where is this coin available? Most likely only on... So it's available on Binance. And yeah, this potentially would be a good coin to buy. Let me write this down. Excuse me, guys. Frontier. So Frontier. Color. Follow. Lit entry. So yeah, with the narrative play, I've said we're in a DeFi narrative at the moment. Sorry, excuse me. I've said we're in an NFT narrative at the moment. The DeFi narrative is most likely going to come back, because if we have a look at this other chart here. In fact, let's have a look at the chart first before I make my opinion. So basically, this is the market cap of futures on FTX. So it reflects the DeFi coins basically, and basically it's just going up, like plain and simple. It's just going up. It's not going to go up forever, but it's just going up. Fuck's sake, man. Currently it's clearly within a bullish trend. This appears to be like consolidation. How long it will last, I do not know, but when the price is sort of going sideways, it tends to break out, as you've seen here, barring a flash crash, of course. But looking at the indicators, yeah, this is a good sign. Generally, if the MACD lines are above the 0 zone, then it means that, you know, it's still in a bullish trend. So this is just current consolidation here, as you can see by the price just going sideways. And it will take some time, but eventually these lines will spread out and most likely go to the upside, because we were only briefly below the 200 SMA for, what's that, a month, before basically just going ballistic and going back up. So maybe the same thing happens, but another wave of of DeFi coins is yet to be had. Looking at the RSI as well, what is a good sign on the daily is that so far, at least, the RSI is setting high lows and we're not in overextended territory. So you can see when we've been in overextended territory, the price has gone down a lot. And you know the price is overextended by looking at the what do you call it, the RSI, the oversold and overbought territory. So anything 70 plus, you need to get a bit cautious. Anything below that, it means that there's more room for upside or downside. But given that the MACD is in a bullish territory, indicates to me that we are going up, as well as, you know, the trend lines being spread out apart. But the previous high we saw for the RSI for the DeFi futures was at around 92. So it came up there twice, and pretty much to the T, as soon as it hit there, it came back down. And if we have a look at the price, let's see what happens around that date. So here, the price came back down. There wasn't anything drastic. It just continued consolidating and going upwards. Then we set a lower high and the price came back down quite a lot. And then here at the moment, we've come back down. So similar to where we were here, but just over a bit of a longer duration, basically. And yeah, basically there is more room for growth to the upside. So this just represents the contracts for DeFi coins, to put in a nutshell without it getting too complicated. Another narrative as well to look out for is oracles. So oracles, where are they? So oracles, they're not doing much at the moment, and that's often a good sign. That's often, you know, when you want to buy, because they don't stay sideways forever. They break out. But if we have a look at oracles, yeah, diddly squat from all these oracles, diddly squat. Kylan, this one is a pre-sale, so this is it's an outlier, but generally you've seen not so much movement amongst the oracles, so definitely worth getting a few. I wouldn't say Chainlink, because Chainlink's market cap is already fucking high. So coins like Band Protocol, that's done well. That's been a good pick in the past. Augur, API free potentially. Now, I know this coin has done a lot in terms of multiples in the last week, but that's only because it's a pre-sale. But because it's such a small market cap coin, Kylan, as well as it being a Polkadot ecosystem coin, is an attractive coin in my opinion. So for all the coin whores out there that, you know, that spread their wallet open for every single coin that appeases their eyes and their economic interest, this coin may be for you. And you know who I'm talking about when I talk about coin whores. Oh, I'm funny, man. Mate. So yeah, it's down 30% from its all-time high around 30 days ago, which is good. It is not available on any major exchange, but that is often the best time you want to get these coins. And with this coin being a Polkadot coin, I could potentially, given enough time, like potentially a Binance listing. So yeah, don't mean to ramble, but that's generally how you get the best ROI from getting coins before they go onto Binance. This happened with me for Sushi Swap. I didn't buy much of Sushi. This was when I was just experimenting with DeFi. You can see here $20, but if we go back, there was a flash crash as well as a rug pull from the owner who removed all the liquidity from the token. So there was a lot of FUD, and people weren't very bullish about Sushi. But from the depths of despair, from the dirt, from the mud, from 50 cent all the way up to fucking $20. Now it's a shame I didn't have much of these coins, but these opportunities are out there. Now maybe not something like this, which is absolutely nuts, but Kylian Network, a coin that's like 100 million, less than 100 million in market cap, and addressable market cap is 12 billion. What is that? That is 10x to 100 million. So potentially 100x coin. Potentially. Yeah, man. Milton Keynes. Oh, what the fuck am I talking about? Milton Keynes. Milton Bates. HBAR is a good coin. HBAR keeps going from strength to strength. My question is, when will it end? I'm sure the coin is doing well, but I just don't want to buy it and then have it drop on me. I just don't want to do that. Like, if it's gone up double digits, then I'm okay. I'll just mate, you need to when you're facing these markets, yeah, it's literally you versus another human being. So you need to be smart about how you're going to allocate your capital. Every time you make money, someone loses money. So you just bear that in mind. So front needs a USDT trading pair on Binance. It would boost volume. Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, 100%. But it's out of my control. I wish I had a way of knowing what coins were gonna pump a lot on Binance beforehand, but I don't have a crystal ball. Having said that, I do have some coins that are potential pre-sales. So some of these are already on the list. Leprechaun NFT coin, I did mention this. Poker Foundry, it's a Polkadot coin to do with DeFi. ETHBox is helping with reclaimable error transactions and getting that back. Deeper Network, I'm not 100% on what it does, but it is there's a lot of hype around the coin. So yeah, just keep an eye out for these coins on Uniswap, and the rest of them I'll just keep you updated as time is going on. Hey, good to guys, good to meet you. I'm guessing you've spoken about chilies. I actually haven't spoken about chilies yet, so I'll check it out, man. Man, crypto PTSD, man. It gets to you, man. It gets to you. But so long as you learn from your mistakes, yeah. Chilies. What are we doing here? I'm not buying this. Are you okay? I'm not buying this. This needs to come down, mate. No. You're not. No. So we go from this swing high to this swing low. The moment it's at around this Fibonacci. To keep it simple, once the price comes back down to one of the moving averages, either the 8 SMA or the 200 SMA, that's when I'm gonna buy. I'm not buying at these levels. But if you did buy, congrats to you, because this coin's doing quite well. How is Engine doing? ENJ. So ENJ is continuing to make higher highs. Still within a roaring pump. Bondi, I don't think it has enough steam, to be honest, to break out of where we previously were. I could be wrong, but I think it needs more time consolidating before it does. Talking of consolidating, Flow. I know I keep on mentioning this coin, but I mention it for a reason. Flow, it's on the up. Clear bullish trend here. There's no 200 SMA on the daily because obviously it's a fairly new coin, but on the 6 hour, bullish as fuck. And it's looking like it wants to break out of it, to be honest. It's looking a lot like it wants to break out, and I welcome it. I won't be complaining. Were there any other coins I had an eye on? Oh yeah, we were talking about oracles. So yeah, oracles, they're gone quiet now. When you want to be buying coins is when the narrative is quiet, basically. So unless you've already got them, I would recommend looking into some of these coins. Main ones, DOS, DR, simply because of the market cap, 72 mil. Obviously, they're a lot smaller in size, so you do have to wait a lot longer to sort of get the same. You just have to wait a lot longer for the coin to grow in size, because it's relative, isn't it? But yeah, Kylan, API free, DR, banned, all good coins to watch, definitely. And how is my trade doing at the moment? I'm probably down a bit. Yeah, I'm down. So I think Bitcoin might be forming an ascending triangle, but we'll see. Sorry, what am I talking about? A bull flag. Sorry, man, my mind's all over the place. But it's hard to say, really. Bitcoin, I thought it would just be parabolic, like it. You guys weren't here, but like last year, it just I can't even put into words, man. It just went crazy, absolutely crazy. Okay, so potential pullback for Bitcoin, possible bounce, like so, and then we go to this Fibonacci level here, around 63k. In the past, at least on the 6 hour, at least you can see that there have been spurts. This is why I like Heikin-Ashi candles, because it simplifies the price action. It's not perfect, but it simplifies it. For all coins in general. Like if you buy these coins when they're red, you sell them when they're green, how can you lose? Cardano long term. So Cardano long term. Alright guys, if you haven't already, please like the video. Helps spread my influence on YouTube. So Cardano, Jesus Christ, man. Cardano is consolidating at the moment. I did sell my Cardano for Carver just because Carver looked juicy and it was in a cup and handle formation. Whether that continues to break out to the upside depends on whether Bitcoin does. But if Bitcoin goes, then I think Carver should follow, and that its Bitcoin comparative will do quite well. So I will sell my Carver for Bitcoin. But anyway, looking at ADA, if you draw a fractal, this is purely conjecture, guys. This is not guaranteed to happen at all. This is just if price action was to repeat. Bit soon, I think. I think there needs to be another fundamental event for Cardano. So if we go to coin market cap. So I would suggest adding this website to your bookmarks. Ah, shit. Yes. Mimble. Okay, so basically Litecoin, they are changing their code. If you don't know, Litecoin is a fork of Bitcoin. The same code pretty much. Is just I think it's a bit faster, but it's more or less the silver to Bitcoin's gold. But they are changing their code to add privacy elements, and that would add some hype. With this website here, it gives you an indication of what's hot. So if we have a look at Litecoin, this Mimblewimble thing is, I think it's on the 14th or the no, hold on, let me not say the wrong date. It's on the 15th, so that's tomorrow. So if we have a look at Litecoin, for that reason it might be breaking out. Might have already broken up. Okay, so Litecoin, potentially a good time to buy it. It's bouncing off of the 8 SMA at the moment here, which corresponds with these previous resistance here, potentially being flipped as support. Could be a giant cup and handle. Bit too early to say, but it is showing good signs. And with these key fundamental events, especially in the bull run, any news is pretty much good news in my opinion. We've seen in the past, I told you guys about Coti, I told you guys about the upcoming events, and hey, what do you know, the prices went up. But okay, so there's an airdrop now, and interestingly enough, you can use Uniswap on Travala. So Travala is basically a website or cryptocurrency and website / service that allows you to pay for holidays using cryptocurrency. So end of this bull run, when we're done, if you want to go on holiday or whatever, you can go to Travala. And I don't know what their rates are. That would take some further research, but the point is that is mind-blowing, man. That's crazy. Anyway, this coin here, Hive, is going to get a pancake swap listing. So I don't know whether it's a pre-sale, or I don't know whether it is I don't know the fundamentals behind it basically, but I would need to do some research. But this website is good for giving you updates on what's going on. Do we see anything interesting? We'll get to the comments as well in a bit, but yeah, looking at Coti, there's still a couple fundamental events I believe yet to happen. I'm not sure if they've had the ADA pay yet. So yeah, the ADA pay is okay. So as I mentioned, with future narratives and seeing things before they happen, buying some Coti, buying some ADA before the end of the month, I don't think would be a bad idea. As well as that, they have their banking account and debit card that they're releasing, as well as the exchange mainnet, as well as another form of mainnet. But yeah, the end of the month should be a good time for Coti. So if we have a look at Coti, so after all this I've said now, I don't know whether to keep my money or buy. There's just too many coins, man. But yeah, looking at coti, it's looking quite good. It's within an accumulation phase, in my opinion. It's down 41% from its recent high at around 60 cent. Now this could be the market already pricing in some of the events that are yet to happen at the end of the month, which is a fortnight away. But hold on, if we have a look on the calendar, past news. Okay, it's the 10th of March. Let's have a look at the price action. See if they correspond. Yeah, I think the market front run all of this news, especially the Binance listing. I think potentially it got announced on Twitter maybe. But having said that, if there are Binance futures, then you could trade this. So hold on. For coti at the moment, if we draw these two parallels here, so what we would want is for coti to break out of this descending channel here. Now it's not the cleanest, it hasn't got the most touch points depending on how you draw it, but yeah, we would want it to break out. Basically, it's like in this consolidation phase here, and I think the news would just catapult it out of this descending channel, especially within the next 2 weeks or so. Worst case, absolute worst case scenario, it comes down to like the 200 SMA, which by the time that happens, if it happens, would be roughly around 30 cent or so, which would be more than, yeah, it would be 50% 50% down from its all-time high, which would be a good accumulation price. So in summary, Frontier is a good coin, coti is a good coin, ADA is a good coin, LINKTREE is a good coin at the moment, Akala and Fala as well. So all of these coins need to be making money from them, man. And Litecoin as well, Litecoin. As well as this upcoming code review / change, Grayscale, they do have a large amount of Litecoin, a significant amount of the available supply of Litecoin, and it is similar to Bitcoin, wherein they have halvings and the supply of Litecoin gets less and less. So that would add to the reasons to buy Litecoin. Generally, when a coin is in this section here and it's trending, it's there for a reason, and price tends to go in an upwards direction, I say. Cool. QSB. Let me look at Reef. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream soon because there's only so much I can say. But yeah, I've done tier and Reef. If this cup and handle is to hold, then first target would be 6 cent. Then second target, we need to wait for a second formation. First target for this cup and handle, if it is to play out, would be 6 cent. So from where we currently are, that is 31%.